Hello, everybody. Excited to see some games.
Everyone? Welcome to day 2 of the Guerrilla Collective 2. I'm so happy to be
Let me
here.
know in chat if you can hear me, if sound levels are okay.
An indie game team in Terabang Entertainment. I am with my co-host and beautiful friend Alex Wilmer. Oh, you're beautiful. What's happening?
I got my coffee.
For day 2 of the Guerrilla Collective. So many great games on day 1. I'm very excited to see what we have in store for day 2.
So much good stuff. Last week,
hey Ricardo, hey Matt. Yeah, doing well. Looking forward to seeing some more games. Oops. Alright, glad things are good. Sound to sound. Hello everyone, welcome. Thanks so much for coming. Excited for this one. I actually didn't know about this stream until like a few days ago, so hopefully there's some exciting things.
All of you guys worldwide. We will continue the movement today, starting with a few announcements, exclusives, and premieres, and then connect with our friends at Wholesome Directs to share the latest and greatest cozy games that will give you the warm and fuzzies all over your paws.
So yesterday there wasn't all that much in like the main summer games opening. I was excited for the Jurassic World Evolution 2 and 2 Point Campus, but otherwise most of the standouts ended up being in the Day of the Devs, which was I didn't even know about and was sort of an unplanned part of the stream. I think a couple of the ones from Day of the Devs might be featured again in this. Did anyone else have any standouts so far? I heard that there's a new Mario Rabbids game that's going to come out, which apparently Nintendo leaked before the Ubisoft conference had a chance to announce it.
Add the games to your wish list for games that are not yet out. So, check out Steam event page, which is on the Guerrilla Collective website, guerrillacollective.com.
Max is doing all right. He's sleeping on the floor, I think. I think behind the couch. Hey Josh, how you doing?
Steam, IGN, and GameSpot. If it wasn't for your guys' help, this would not have been possible. But enough lip smacking and yakking. Let's get started with a few brand.
Of course, I don't mind you shouting me out for that.
And an update from a game that we're all looking forward to checking out. I know you can't wait. Can you? Definitely not. Let's go.
Origami 2.
Hi everyone, I'm Gina, Community Manager at Winterworks. We are so excited to be able to show you this gameplay sneak peek of Origami 2, our second game, arriving September 17th on PC, Xbox One and Series, PlayStation 4, and
A stealthy one.
Origami 2 is a third-person stealth game where you play as an assassin with the power to control the shadows.
Yeah, there was actually a bunch in the Day of the Devs that looked really interesting. I wrote them down because I have a terrible memory. Partially to have terrible memory and partially that I'm not really listening when people say names of things.
New combat mechanics and a robust co-op multiplayer system. This goes along with the newly designed character progression, customization, and a wide variety of abilities and shadow powers, so each player can live his new story on their own.
Oh, there's Lily pushing her treat ball around.
Stealth is the heart of Origami 2, and we wanted the player to actually feel like a ninja, to be fast and agile, to use the environment in its favor. And
Hey Jericho Bull, thanks for coming again.
Now you can navigate through the map in a more fast and responsive way. You can double jump, you can use dash and
I'd never heard of Origami 1 before. This looks kind of neat, though I'm generally a little too impatient for stealth games.
We also introduced special stealth covers. Now the character can interact with the special props, like tall grass, bushes, and other vision-occluding areas, in order to acquire special stealth behaviors and permitting contextual kills and KOs. in some of the original ones and added a bunch more, as well as abilities and items.
Looks pretty cool. Yeah, Death's Door and Vocabulantis are two that I've written down as like ones to check out. They looked really cool. That stop motion just looked amazing. Also, the Phantom Abyss looked really cool, just like something I'd never seen before with the asynchronous treasure hunting platforming. Hey again, Ski Jump Nose. Also, Behind the Frame looks really beautiful. I actually think that might be in this conference as well.
And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we hope to have you embarking on this journey on September 17th.
It's not the same without the voice. World premiere. A firefighting game. Yeah, the Temple Run one. Yeah. This looks cute. Oh. Firefighting RPG. That sounds actually pretty cool. Fire Girl. I'll write this one down. Yeah, I'll probably get Metal Slug. It looks like a cool tactics game. Fire Girl. I'm not actually sure what Guerrilla Collective is. Apparently they did this last year, but this was the first I was hearing about it. There's even a presentation they did last Saturday, and I didn't know about it, so... That's a good question. I saw a lot of rescuing people, but not a lot of firefighting. I had a firefighting game. Do I still have it for PS2? I forget what it was called. It was just like the name of the fire station, I think. Or the Sega CD one. Man, why am I so bad at remembering names? This looks alright. A little familiar. Fahrenheit, that's the Sega CD one. Yeah, basically looks like Diablo with a morality system. That's... seems like a good take. I mean, it's not so much firefighting as one of those, like, FMV, go in this door, go in this door. Don't run out of oxygen. Make any wrong move and the whole house explodes and your game is over. What is this? rhyme. Yeah, a big budget open world firefighting game would be kind of cool. What is this? Okay. I have no idea what this is. Yeah, I would like to know at least what kind of game that was. It looked intriguing.
Hello, my name's Josh Sullivan and I'm a designer on BPM Bullets Per Minute. BPM is a roguelike rhythm first-person shooter game where all of your actions and the actions of your enemies are tied to the beat of our epic rock opera soundtrack. Everything you do in BPM is tied to the beat of the music. This includes shooting and reloading your weapon.
See, this sounds really interesting, but when I tried Crypt of the Necrodancer, I was abysmal at it.
Dungeons, collecting different weapons, abilities, and items each time you play. These weapons and abilities can radically alter
This is just a latte.
making each playthrough unique. As the enemies
Should have made a
are
bigger
also
one.
tied to the beat of the music, fighting them can become an epic rhythm battle, making you, the player, feel like you're taking part in the soundtrack itself through your actions.
I like it. It's also giving me like Thumper
Clearing each
vibes.
room will reward you with loot. The
This
better
looked
you
like it could
handle
be
clearing the room, the
difficult.
better the reward.
For me especially.
Each floor has either an armory or a library, where you can buy cool new weapons or find exciting, game-changing abilities that make slaying enemies to the beat even more satisfying. You can also find shops to purchase useful items for your run. Unfortunately, you cannot pet the bird.
Oh no.
Maybe next time though. Each floor has its own boss and attacks in a unique way that you must learn to exploit if you want to succeed.
I do really like boss fights like
Finishing off a boss
this,
is
like from
dramatic
Doom,
musical crescendo
where you can
that
just like
you
see all the attacks coming
control
and
of executing. BPM is out now on PC, but is coming to PlayStation 4. and
yeah, Thumper
Xbox
was so
One
good. I never
this
actually
summer.
finished it.
We
One
can't
level
wait to
just
see you slay
couldn't get
hordes
past
of
it.
Helheim to the beat.
Bullets per minute. I will write down that name too. Oh, this summer. This looks pretty. I hope it's a Metroidvania. I am a sucker for a good pixel platformer. It's got a little quiet. This looks kind of like Toho Luna Nights a little, although they just put out another game, so I doubt it's the same people. Akator. Oops. Part of my screen is cut off because I've got chat in front of it. Dust War. I'm waiting for that to come out on console, and then I will pick it up.
Hello, I'm Saul Davison.
And I'm Hannah Lee, and we are Humble Grove.
Hey, Marcel.
No Longer Home is a story game about graduating university and anticipating what comes next, while struggling with borders, self-identity, and longing for domesticity.
In No Longer Home, you play as non-binary protagonists Bones Out, who are based off Cell and myself. You'll explore an intimate flat filled with everyday objects.
Yeah,
Delve into
Blasphemous is
Bones Out's
great.
thoughts
It's
and
like up
insights,
there on
and
one of my
mold your
favorite
interpretation of the characters
Metroidvanias.
through branching, multiple choice dialogue.
I think there's just
The
another
events in this
dog
game are
barking
based off our own
outside.
experiences, and many of the characters and stories are based off people we know in real life.
Well, happy Valentine's Day, Walder.
At the time, we were feeling disillusioned with education, disoriented and not sure what to do next. Bo and Al try to figure out their place in the world.
Hey, bored now. Yeah, having a good weekend so far. Not overly productive, but good.
Making this project, we wanted to celebrate the magic of everyday domestic mundanity, like having barbecues, playing video games, and staying up late just talking in bed.
Hannah and I started work on No Longer Home 6 years ago, after we graduated university. We met on the same course, and during the last year, we moved in together.
I can't pet the
After
cat in the hat.
graduation, I unfortunately had to go back to Japan. How do you say goodbye to a place? We started making No Longer Home as a way to stay in touch, but it rapidly grew as we realized how much we had to talk about and all the feelings we had to process. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. No Longer Home will be launching later this year, so please don't forget to wishlist on Steam.
Man, Origami 2 is looking so fantastic.
Hollow Knight
I need some of
is the
that
best
stealth.
Metroidvania. Can't change your mind.
Girl, that looks pretty unique too. Up next, we have some magic and swordplay popping off in the next segment with an update from a bona fide classic.
Yeah, it looked like it was a
New
point-and-click
entry in
game.
the hybrid puzzle and strategy realm. Guard your loot and upgrade your boots, because we're about to slap you in the face with a spike ball mace.
Bars.
Yeah, that trailer definitely could have used a little something. Even like something more like Night of the Woods, where it's, now this is loud, covering serious, realistic subject matter, but with a little more pizzazz. Yeah, Yeah, I can't wait for Silk Song. Has a lot to live up to, though. Well, I definitely like the art style of this game. It's really nice pixel art. This looks very interesting. Hunt the Night. What event are you trying to get access to? Yeah, it's true. There have been a lot of sort of pixelated, like, overhead kind of action games. Yeah, I love everything by Harvester Games. Actually, I haven't played Lorelei yet. I have it, but haven't tried it. I have not played Landstalker on Genesis. I generally find it pretty difficult to get into console RPGs that are 8 or 16-bit. Roguelike deck builder. Also a lot of these out. Oh. I'm not familiar with Mortal Shell. What's that? That B-Rad Entertainment looks a lot like the Blizzard logo.
Greetings, friends. Senior game designer Celine Grant here to talk about the Bard. Stylish and flamboyant, the Bard uses the magic of music to defeat their enemies and cure their allies. This twisting of song and magic created a versatile gameplay opportunity we felt was compelling enough to make this our next class. Whether dazzling their enemies with dancing lights, weaving in and out of the
I didn't even know there was a
flames,
new
or
Neverwinter game.
combat, the Bard never shies away from pulling out their instruments to string a few notes together. No matter what is needed,
It does look a lot like Slay the Spire.
center stage and perform. And when the day is done, their enemies defeated.
I actually didn't really care for the art style of Slay the Spire.
Ballads and jingles and recount their tales of triumph. With that, we have reached the last crescendo. But fret not, for we are not at the finale just yet. There is more.
Oh, is this an MMO? That's probably why I didn't know about it.
Stay tuned.
No, I'm not going to do Ubisoft. They generally don't have a whole lot for me. Although they make some of their little games are great. I'd love if they announced a new Rayman. But the Mario Rabbids news is already out, so maybe Beyond Good and Evil 2, although the director left the studio, so I feel like that's in development hell still, or even more so. Oh, we saw this one yesterday.
And you can also dash and dodge on controller with the A button. And you attack with the right bumper, and that's your standard attack. It now changes into combos. It used to be just like one attack before, but now it's like 1, 2, 3, fluidly changing to one another for better keyword combo. You can also do a heavy attack, or what you could do is charge your heavy attack with special damage. Cool, right? And there are many different weapons in Loot River, and each is useful in different scenarios. And
When's Devolver Direct? I wasn't planning on doing that one. I was just gonna do
area now. The Sanctum
Microsoft tomorrow.
It's the first area where you already need to navigate through platforms that we saw before. And you do it by standing on the platform and grabbing it with
Yeah, I didn't like Black Flag. I've never been able to get into any Assassin's Creed game.
And let's approach these enemies up now and lure them onto our platform.
Yeah, Rayman Legends is like the best platformer. Period.
Instead, it's like charge right in and with some heavy attacks and hope for the best. But that's usually not the best idea unless you have a large weapon. So instead we could, always like isolate them into parts we can manage, or we could skip them completely and go for the big guy here instead. It's very dangerous. So what I'm gonna do instead is charge my attack and slam the platform into it. Right, for special damage. You see, the levels of Loot River are procedural, but they are handcrafted at the same time. What we do is design lots of smaller areas for possible connections and then let the computer assemble them and look for logical relations in between them. So even from small pool of objects, we're already getting some interesting variations in the levels. Enemies evolve for combat on the platform. Some can even lock platforms together, preventing
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot isn't so much a... I mean, I guess it's kind of a platformer, but it's like a 2.5D or 3D platformer.
damage. However, most of them have a weakness. Parry enemies
Hello, Calvin.
well. You will visit many interesting places, obtain legendary weapons, use unimaginable characters, fight them, and ultimately
Oh, so 4:30 my time. We'll see.
even further, explore places never seen before, face horrors, and perish again.
Loot River really has me intrigued. I really like what they're doing with the combat and the Tetris-like platforming elements. So cool.
Yeah, and Demon Mirror has really great sound.
You're just, dude, you're just saying that because you worked on that game.
Yeah.
So what do we got coming up next?
Up next, we have some dark and sinister titles, starting with a physical release trailer of a gorgeous and
I played some
deadly
of the new Crash and then just
first-person
kind of fell
action
off it.
Then we're jumping into a spoof on a beloved stealth classic and ending it with an exclusive trailer from our friends at Raw Fury.
Let's go.
Raw Fury made Kingdom, which I just played like for 2... Jesus, the sound levels on this is just all over the place. I just played it for like 3 days straight. I've played it many times before, but it's like one of my most played games. Still loud. Yeah, the Crash trilogy is really good. I played through the first 2. I kind of got tired of it by midway through the third one, but the first 2 are really good. No, I haven't played Pandemonium. Uh-oh. Ghost Runner. Oh, I thought that was already out. Oh, or is it just on Switch now? Yeah, there's a couple levels in Crash that are just absolutely brutal. Yeah, that's what I was playing. Kingdom 2 Crowns. I was just like finishing up achievements yesterday. I did like the 20 max level towers, cleared all the trees from an island. Still haven't been able to beat all 5 islands on one reign, but maybe one day. Hey, Cat Gamer.
Zul adi oscaridue. Or desque. Equomu origi grenda mes rapado axinis euc vecu centunio oxistin.
There's some very threatening subtitles.
Oh no, an evil
Yeah, I got the
force
deer
haunting
mount.
every living creature.
I was actually playing through the
Who is this
bloodstained
A slime?
biome
How can an adorable little
last
slime
time.
fight against this? This? Or that? Wait, where did it get that sword? Is that a meteor shower? How? Ice breath? When did you get that? Now there are 2 of them? Alright. Slimes can be heroes. Grab a friend and save the world from oozy monsters and formidable bosses. Discover different weapons and create your own magical abilities to express the way you want to adventure in Slime Heroes. Ooh. Demon turn.
I like this art style.
Yep.
I'm so excited we could finally announce PS4 and PS5. There's a lot of platforms. Oh yeah, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, Steam, Epic Game Store. Oh,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3. Once it's out of early access, I'll definitely be picking that one up.
what is Demon Turf exactly? Well, Lucy, take it away.
Sure. So her goal is to take on the Demon King. Pretty much owns his place. All order, right? And apparently he's been challenging her for a while now. Her best friend Midgie is also part
I've
of
played like a couple games of League of Legends,
But enough of all
but
that.
never really got
Let's
into
get
it.
to yo. Sizzle real time.
She's very spinny.
Beavis' moveset in Demon Turf has a lot of depth. Yeah, for sure. It's all about combined moves.
Oh yeah, Jet said I can see that.
One of my favorite examples is this tower climb. Different ways you can skip so many parts of it. Things really heat up though once you're along the turf. Oh yeah, yanking enemies around, holding down highways.
Have they given any idea of when Baldur's Gate 3 will actually be releasing? I haven't really been following it. I just know it exists.
Still blows my mind every time. Beginner or pro?
Yeah, that actually bothers me with definitive editions, especially games I'm most excited about. Like, I go and I buy them and I play them immediately, and then like 8 months later, they're like, here's the director's cut, which is better. Like, This looks cute. I like games about helping spirits move on. Yeah, the Nintendo games don't ever come down in price. Yeah, Spiritfarer was a really great game.
You stole a one-eyed bear's patch. That patch turned out to be handy to create a lethal weapon. What were you gonna shoot? Pebbles? Depleted uranium bombs. The sewer was infested with assassin rats. Felt like I was a huge chunk of cheese.
Who's there? Damn cat. Who's there? Another cat.
This actually looks
It's
cool.
or be killed.
I like games that have a sense of humor. Well, I like this music. A mech battler? I didn't like Conker's Bad Fur Day at all. I thought the 3D platforming was bad, and I didn't think it was funny. I just played it like maybe last year or 2 years ago. I didn't finish it.
Hey, this is Matt, developer of Silversteel, and I'm here to talk about some cool ways players have been playing the demo I released. So this level, you're typically supposed to kick that door open and deal with all the guys in the hallway. But players found a way to use the arm cannon to carve a hole to the left of the door like you saw, which gets you into this hallway. It's a little bit safer, and there's some nice weapons to find in there. A player did this cool thing where
Oh, it was Rougher, just the publisher of Kingdom,
and then
not the
fight through
developer.
hallway.
Possibly.
By the time you're at the end of the hallway, you're low on ammo or you're out of ammo, and you have a loaded weapon ready to go. When I first saw that, players have been doing cool stuff with manipulating AI. So you saw I just got wrecked kicking down that door, but if I use the audio perception of the AI to kick a wall, lure them over, you can set up ambushes. That's really useful in the harder difficulties. Where in the hardest
This looks too intense for me.
so that's been a really useful technique. There's one stunt in the
He
game
moves so
that
fast.
I didn't actually include in the tutorial, and that's the ability to jump and kick off
I'd be
walls.
turning my mouse
And
sensitivity
by
all the way
just
down.
sharing really crazy footage where in rooms like this with a really high ceiling, they are jumping and kicking off enemies to get loads of airtime they can use to get really stuff.
I've started Panzer Paladin, but
In the arcade mode, you get
it was sort of at the end of the year last year, and I was just trying to fit in as many new games as I could. I should go back to that one. I did like the first couple levels.
Figure out more advanced stunts like this, but there's a lot of
really cool footage of players doing stuff like that. I'm really thrilled with how players figured that out. And in one last clip,
I've never played
since
Disgaea,
wasn't
if
too
that's how you
busy,
say that.
a lot of players asked for enemy outlines to help discern them, so you can see I've added them here.
Yeah, it is a
Play this
little
with double shotgun, which you see I'm rocking right now.
little
Hope you enjoyed this
nausea
Discovered Steel.
inducing.
It's slated for PC release late summer of this year, and if you like what you saw, definitely give it a wish list on Steam. If you are a console player, there are also PlayStation 4 and Xbox One releases planned for shortly after PC.
Yeah, I can't look at this anymore. Okay. Now it's Sable. I never played Cyberpunk. Probably won't. This is really beautiful. When was this announced? Like, I could have sworn it was at least 3, 4 years ago. Of course, time is all kind of blending together, so I don't really know. Later, bored now. Haven't played Mickey Mania either.
Thank you so much, Raw Fury, for that special exclusive footage. Up next, we have an exclusive reveal for one of the most bloodiest sprite-based action platformers I have ever seen. We will check in on a dark and beautiful pixel art RPG, help clean up a forensic nightmare, and then we are heading to an update from a mystical masterpiece from one of our Best of the Mix 2020 award winners. Grab your hazmat suit, Alex. What? Because we're about to go in and get grimy. Let's do it.
Oh, is this actual grime stuff? World premiere. Oh. This doesn't look like grime. Oh no. Bodies exploding. Vampires. Hello, I am Demon. Yeah, I really like Castle of Illusion. I put on another one on Genesis just when I was checking out Omega SD that seemed pretty cool. I forget which one it was though. I feel like Rockstar is just gonna milk GTA 5 for another 10 years. I wish. I would love to be the robot voice for trailers. I'm made for that job. Yeah, that last one was a little... This looks cool, though. Might have been World of Illusion. Actually, I heard something about a new Saints Row possibly coming. It's possible I made that up. I do that sometimes, but I think one might be announced. Oh, it's Death Trash? Is that what this is called? Death Trash, yes. Ragnarox, who makes excellent YouTube videos on sort of cult classics and hidden gems and has very similar game taste to me, just put out a exclusive video on Death Trash. Haven't checked it out yet, but plan to soon. And highly recommend his channel if you have the similar taste in games to me.
My name is Christoph Jumba. I'm a writer and game designer at Georgia. We make games with unique stories and visual styles, excellent soundtracks.
You don't need to apologize for your English, Walter. It's cool.
Our next game is its sequel, Serial Cleaners, a stealth action crime story set in 90s NYC.
My name is Mickey Maika, and I lead a team of 30 amazing game developers currently working on 3 different projects. Serial Cleaners is our biggest one so far and is set to launch later this year. We've got a good vibe and we're expanding, so come join us on our adventure to the next.
Show me the game. Serial Cleaner sounds like an interesting concept. I would like to see more. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe? Or was that it? Oh, there we go, okay. It's just a stealthy one. Why don't they want you to clean up the blood? I don't understand. Stealth action crime story. Sounds interesting. I would like to see a little more. I think it's an hour and a half. I'm not sure.
Hello, we are Monopoly, and we're a small, very small studio from Cologne in Germany. And what you see before you is our very first game, a cinematic platformer called White Shadows.
So White Shadows is basically a Monopoly. It drops you off in this huge, weird, vertical world that is called the White City. It looks really, really
This looks
dark.
interesting.
In this White City, there are the rats and the wolves and they're in charge, and then there's the pigs. And
Or a Hannibal Lecter's accomplice. That would be neat.
who are, or at least so they say, to blame for a deadly pandemic.
And then there's you, little Raven girl trying to change all that. So basically, this game is not really a platformer, it's more of a trip.
It kind of drops you off in this really weird world, and if you imagine inside in Tim Burton having a really mean, weird little baby born in 1984, then you'd have this game.
It's black and white, it's dark, has to do with a lot of stuff that is in our world today, and it's also really entertaining.
We, as the developers, think that's really funny, but people who played it tell us it's really, really dark.
Well, this looks really cool. The lighting in it is great.
दुर्गा, मुझे आपकी जरूरत है।
Oh, this is really pretty.
अपने दिल की सुनो राजी, तुम्हें शक्ति मिल जाएगी।
Yeah, I played Inside. It was good.
लड़ो राजी, योद्धा बनो।
This is out already, isn't it? Is it coming on another platform or something? Oh, Enhanced Edition. That looks cool.
Shout out to Raji. Congrats on winning Best Limits 2020. Such an awesome studio out of India. Also, Bats is looking.
I'll check that out. I didn't know it was on Xbox. I thought it was only on Steam.
But yeah, before we move on to the next segment, we want to say thanks to our broadcasting partners, Twitch, Steam, IGN, and of course, GameSpot. Thank you guys for all your help in hosting the stream.
And also, don't forget to check out the Guerrilla Collective event page on Steam to wishlist the games, play the demos from this event as well as from Wholesome Direct.
Oh, that's cool that there's demos too.
The link on the Guerrilla Collective website, guerrillacollective.com.
Up next, we're going to connect with our friends at Tinyville. We're doing gargantuan things with really creative indie developers. Let's creep around the corner and say hello to our neighbor Debs working with Tinyville.
Yeah, it's nice to see different settings for sure. Especially if the developers are actually from those places.
Hello, Meatbag! This is my game, Despot's game. I will give you a group of puny humans, and you will lead them to the end of the dungeon. If you can get past my cute little robots, zombie wombies, and flesh-eating cabbage wabbages. Despot's game is a roguelike auto-battler. That means that all the fighting happens automatically. It also means permadeath and randomly generated dungeons. In order to win, your humans will need weapons, or whatever you can find to use as a weapon. Combine different kinds of dumb items to create your own dumb army. Your army needs to
Geek Paragon just shared with me on Twitter that there is a next Saints Row coming. Excellent.
They'll be dropping like flies. Let me tell you.
This also kind of looks like there's a game called, I think it's called Sea Salt, where you just like control a whole bunch of monsters and they all each fight different ways and you just sort of lead them through the level.
In order to raise a perfect army of mutated humans capable of conquering the universe, right? Wrong. I simply enjoy watching pathetic humans hit each other with refrigerators. You're in Despot's game now!
Config Games bears no responsibility for salty tears, broken keyboards, busted screens, or therapy expenses due to the effects of extended gaming sessions. Not recommended for use by children, pregnant women, or people who have loud conversations on their phones in public.
This looks interesting. Potion crafting game. I just hope the next Saints Row continues to like have a fun, ridiculous story. So many of these like open world type games are just like losing their personality as they kind of get sequel after sequel. So I really hope it's got that same sort of, you know, even though there's an open world and, you know, somewhat repetitive little events you can do, have like a really solid and stupid overall narrative
Along with our extremely
and
small
set
team of
pieces.
passionate individuals, we're really excited to get this out to you.
Ramen's a food fighting arena game with a bunch of quirks and twists.
And today we're going to show you one of our favorite game modes, along with a new work in progress mode that we've been working on.
Oh yeah, that soup pot game looked neat.
So let's start with the meatball mode.
Yeah, and meatball mode, it's all about putting the meat in the hole, the goal hole. You got to jump in and take control.
Like, what does that mean? It sounds good. What does that mean?
Well, it's it's basically kind of like Katamari, where the objective is to jump into a giant meatball, take control of it, roll around, charge it up, and shoot it into various
Oh.
locations throughout the map.
Something with that just kind of grosses me out, pushing around a giant ball of meat.
Next up, Bobo Ball.
Well, Bobo Ball is one of our newest work-in-progress game modes. It's still a ton of fun. Players are now packing a Bobo Blast.
Saints Row basically started as a Grand Theft Auto clone, except got a lot more fun and a lot more ridiculous.
Don't count in this mode, so prioritize getting the giant ball from A to B. But a few balls to the face never hurt anyone, so blast your foes to keep them from gaining control of the ball.
Blast your toes?
Foes.
Okay, foes. Okay.
Yeah, I like GTA Vice City, and then I tried 5, and I was just like, nah, not for me.
Oh, yeah, the old bag of meat and bones. You know, the players, the soup saviors. Players can customize their character almost however they want within our high-fashion, highly polished configurator zone.
Alright, well, within this configurator zone thing, when it comes to fashion, we got you covered with a truck full of different culinary styles, vibes, and dreams. Your soup slinger is yours to design and decorate. Honestly, the world is your oyster. Decorate to your heart's content.
Oh, and don't forget your old pop pal.
Oh.
I think it's time to wrap it up here.
Yeah, good idea. Thanks for tuning in to watch our video and giving us the opportunity to talk your ears up about that. Pretty excited about it.
Oh, and that being said, be sure to hop into our Discord so you can be part of the playtest and help us perfect the recipe of ramen.
Yeah, we hope you get a chance to play. We really appreciate all the support.
Oh, ramen, haha.
It really means a lot and motivates us. Bye.
Thank you so much, Cat Gamer. Appreciate it. I'll look into those games. Cooking games are hot this year. Uh-oh. Well, this was an unexpected turn. What's going on? Huh. Well then. That looks slightly terrifying.
Meet the creepy, AI-driven Mr. Peterson. This character has one mission, keeping you from discovering his secrets. Hello, and welcome to Hello Neighbor 2. In this game, you'll be playing as a local journalist named Quentin, who is suspicious of his creepy neighbor, Mr. Peterson. For those new to the Hello Neighbor franchise, this is Raven Brooks, the sort of town where everyone keeps to themselves and goes about their lives. Normally, you would too, except a bunch of people have gone missing. And there's just something strange about your neighbor.
I mean, there's been lots of good things so far.
There have been rumors of children going to his house and never being heard from again. Some people say he likes to lock people up in his basement. But no one has any proof. So people just try to avoid Mr. Peterson, his odd house, and ignore the strange sounds coming from his basement.
I tried this game on Game Pass a little while ago, but it wasn't really for me.
But no one believes in your
Too
ideas and
stealthy.
theories. And while you normally wouldn't break into someone's house, you're the only one who believes something is wrong and has the guts to uncover the truth. When you break into Mr. Peterson's house, you'll be going against an AI that is constantly evolving. Our goal for Hello Neighbor 2 is to provide unique player experiences. This is an experience that is driven by the community. Mr. Peterson's behavior is a combination of a neural network and algorithms that allow him to constantly learn from his experiences with everyone who plays our game. It begins with the collection of player activity. Mr. Peterson takes note of player behavior, whether or not most players are likely to hide in a closet, use a certain escape route, or certain objects. As time progresses and he learns, Mr. Peterson's behavior may change and surprise you. How Mr. Peterson plays in one encounter with you might be different from the next, all due to his encounters with the game's community as a whole. In this way, the community's experience with Mr. Peterson changes over time, allowing for an AI that is developed through community actions, replayability, and great stories of neighborhood shenanigans. But these new experiences go beyond Mr. Peterson. In Hello Neighbor 2, players can interact with all characters in Raven Brooks, and these characters share the same AI core, but behave differently and have their own stories for you to discover. So while you might think you're just playing the game, you're really contributing to the development and improvement of Mr. Peterson's AI. We hope this presentation of our AI and development gives you an idea of what to expect in Hello Neighbor 2. If you'd like to try an early access version of Hello Neighbor 2, you can wishlist the game on Steam and check out our alphas on the Microsoft Store. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the neighborhood.
Ahoy, sailors! Not this again.
Trash sailors.
Pirate Guide. Every pirate knows that the real treasure is friendship. Just kidding. It's trash. I love trash. It's everything. Fuel, building materials, and weapons. Seriously, just stuff in as much
Well, this
trash
definitely
as
looks
you can
different.
and let her rip. Just remember, this raft is your only home. Take good care of it, and if anyone dares set foot here, hit 'em with all you got. Too many greedy lovers want to get their hands on our marvelous, beautiful trash. Defend it to your last breath and steer carefully. Oh, and don't forget to fix anything that breaks.
I don't think they generally have a originality category for awards.
Close, and the good old ship's cannons aren't enough. Try the newfangled
That'd be a good idea. I mean, there's just so many games out there that everything's a little like something else, or a lot like something else.
They want to steal our trash? Let 'em try. We'll hit 'em with everything we got.
That looks pretty fun.
Shout out to Tiny Build. They are producing and publishing some of the most amazing indie titles coming out. Ramen is looking real fantastic.
Yep. And for our Guerrilla Collective 2 finale, we're going to head out with an exclusive humbling conversation that we had with Innersloth, the team behind Among Us, and check in on some fun upcoming games, as well as take a trip back to the arcade with some fun retro throwback games.
Before we finish everything up, we are also going to go to an exclusive interview with our friends at Limited Run Games. Let's rock.
Welcome back to the Guerrilla Collective. We have Marcus Bromander and Adriel Wallach from the Innersloth dev team. Super happy to have you guys hopping on the Guerrilla Collective for an interview. Tell us about yourselves.
I'm Marcus, also known as Puffballs United. I'm one of the co-founders of Innersloth. I worked on a lot of the art, the sound design, game design.
I'm pretty tired of Among Us.
Other spots in the game, but no coding.
It was really weird how it won a bunch of game awards in 2020 when it was not, in fact, a game that came out in 2020.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the team and go into what you have in store for the game. But first, I want to ask you a couple of questions about the team and how you're moving forward. So, first of all, for people who don't know, where did your studio name Innersloth come from, and who is repping the team?
So when we first formed our company, New Forest, we were trying to come up with a name, and we were kind of.
I think it needs new mini games
So we went
more
on
than
a
anything.
random name generation site and just like click through, and Innersloth just kind of felt. For me, it was like I have the motivation to make stuff, but like the inside of me is kind of lazy, kind of. It's hard to get motivated sometimes. So that the sloth really stuck to me there.
You know, some people think that
I played the new map once, and it was gigantic. I didn't even run into any other players.
Growth and iterative development of the game been?
I would say, I mean, just in general, going from 3 people to we're at 8 now, I think, is such a different work environment completely. Like, getting everyone on the same page is something that we're still learning how to do. Meetings have to start happening. You can't just tell. I'm used to telling one person and then things go from there, and now I have to make sure to tell everyone, and I have to learn how to write.
Fortnite is actually a game I've never played.
In my head and tell people.
Probably the biggest game I've never played.
The indie community with helping out early on, you know, with the mega booth, and then really orchestrating Train Jam, and been involved in so many projects. How has it, like, I understand how you kind of joined the team. How has it been on the opposite end of, like, you know,
Oh yeah, I would definitely not want to be in the public lobbies. I've only ever played it with groups of friends on Discord.
From the small team to what is quote unquote the larger team now. Not that 8 is huge or anything, but I was the 5th person.
What Nintendo really needs to do is release proper controllers with their systems.
One person, one thing, and then everybody knows everything. To now it's like we have to make sure we're tagging all the right people in our work channels and like getting information out. And yeah, I came on toward the end of last year through a mutual friend who was like, "Hey, Innersloth needs more programmers." You know, because at that point it was just Forrest as a programmer, and I was like, "All right, I'm in." And then, yeah, the rest is history. But it's been really fun.
No, I don't think Fortnite's Call of Duty. There's also like a building element to it, I think.
The pressure off of Forrest to be the only person doing that kind of stuff, being able to do more output and get things out there faster.
So you've had, like, you know, notable celebrities. You've had AOC, just mad people screaming it, and now it's really ingrained into pop culture.
Bye, Celestial Shards. Have a good day.
Surreal, defining moments that have been heartwarming, or have left an impact on the team since its original release until now.
Just all of the, like, the fan art that comes in, and all the, like, fan animations, like, music videos, remixes, just so much amazing stuff. We have a channel in our Discord that we just post all this stuff.
This is not a good use of time in this presentation.
Gives us motivation to keep going.
You know, you've really been maintaining the life of the game with really interesting updates and drops. What can you share with everyone on Twitch watching during the Guerrilla Collective that is next for Among Us?
But yeah, we do have 15 players coming, which means we do need more colors, because there's only 12 in the game. And so we're going to add 6 new colors. I don't know if that's been announced, but
I feel like we could say that we did at one point have a color named Barf that is not going east. So
what is that? Like, it's like a speckled yellow or something?
I have trouble with the R-cam on the Joy-Cons too. The only thing I ever use it for is on Ring Fit Adventure, and you put your thumb on it to take your heart rate, and it works maybe half the time. Sure, tell me your movie idea.
Me too. I was a big champion for Barf.
Yeah, bring back Barf.
So no Barf?
No Barf.
How do you come up with, like, because it seems interesting that just that you're just talking about, you know, having the barf
Hey, Steven. Thanks
colors.
for
How do you
coming.
come up, you know, with these
Comic Zone is one on my
ideas?
list of games to play
Colors are super hard. We're trying to move
and
away
review,
from
probably.
having colors be the main identifier for each character. So we want to lean more into cosmetics and names. So, but we still want to make them, at least to begin with, make them as distinct as possible. So I have to like pull up all the colors we have, and then think about like, look at the color wheel and go, okay, maybe we don't have anything in this little zone. I'll try something here, and I compare them together, and it's like, this one does look really similar to blue, or like, I could see this one getting mixed up with purple or something. But eventually, we're just gonna have to kind of move away from that and not worry about it as much.
It's awesome to have you guys. Thank you guys for, you know, joining us for this. Is there anything that you want to tell the fans? Because there's going to be a lot of people probably watching this who want to know about, among, you know, something straight from the team.
I mean, just thank you. That's the one that's just always there. Thank you for playing. Thank you for liking the game.
Yeah, it's kind of the same sentiment here. It's great. It's mind-boggling to be working on a
Man,
game
this
that
is...
this many people play.
Chat holds the weirdest messages for review. It just held that fire extinguisher emoji.
Bragging about knowing that his mom knows you, and I'm just like, oh.
That is awesome. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. It's been amazing.
I think they're talking about colors just because they want to add more people to the game, but like, that's a 10-second announcement. I've never seen anyone playing their Switch in public with like the Joy-Cons and stuff, maybe in just handheld mode. World premiere. Hey, Anthony. More robot battlers. Bye, Jericho Bull. Robo-Dunk. Good name, at least.
And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. King of the Hat is coming to Steam. King of the Hat is coming to the moment you've all been waiting for. Which means that you can wishlist the game. If you wishlist the game right now, you can win. You can win a washing machine.
Success.
And if you wishlist the game right now, you can win a sticker.
Hello, John Zera. What is going on? This is a little obnoxious. Please stop. Skateboard has no wheels. This looks kind of cute. Kickstarter. This we saw yesterday, the Day of the Devs. Looks nice. The weirdest moment? I don't know, probably the Weezer performance. Definitely still interested in checking this one out. Looks so beautiful. Yeah, this isn't filler. I've written down like 8 games that I definitely want to check out. Yeah, I like that Jeff Goldblum was in there. It's like a toss-up, like Jeff Goldblum can. Hey, it's Kinsey.
Not anymore. Thanks to Whitewater Wipeout by Chuhai Labs.
Thanks to Whitewater Wipeout, I can finally commit the cool crime of surfing, featuring pure NAR style in conviction. What does that even mean?
It's a payday game.
Yeah, Jeff? Yeah, I'm on set. I have no idea what the script is. No, I'm not gonna hold.
I'm Monaco. I play Whitewater Wipeout.
Yeah, the Overwatch announcements of 2 skins that looked like the same default skins for those characters, that was also weird. I don't think she's actually in Japan yet. She hasn't been able to move there. She's been waiting for months.
Come for the top of the line deluxe washing machines, but they stay for our professional service. Now pick up the clothes and load them into an empty machine. Wait a few minutes, then transfer to a dryer. While you're waiting, make sure to pick up discarded coffee cups and throw them in the trash.
I mean, gaming is a bigger industry than movies or music, so I'm afraid that gaming is cool.
Just follow our simple 3-step plan. 1. Play your new game and set a killer.
I mean, he's the narrator voice in the game that he was announcing, so.
You sit back and make fat profits. 3. Use your takings to buy a brand new cabinet from Arcade Mania. Just use your personal computer to surf the internet, and you can order online. Now just wait for your new purchase to arrive and do it all again. Play, profit, purchase. Play, profit, purchase. Play, arcade paradise full of our biggest hits. Good luck, and always choose arcade. Always use the brush for particularly stubborn waste matter. All that remains to be said is, welcome to King Wash Laundry.
I am here with Douglas Bogart from Limited Run Games. What is happening, Doug?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, it's so awesome that Limited Run, you know, has reached its 5-year anniversary. Can you tell the people about Limited Run Games? If, you know, folks that aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, so Limited Run Games, we started the company with
What does everyone else think about limited, not necessarily limited run games, but like limited runs of games? I haven't bought much of from them just because up until now I think Xbox didn't get the smaller runs of games.
His biggest thing was we had one game on Vita called Breach and Clear, and he was like, you know, it'd be cool to at least preserve this game even if nobody wants it, so that way I have some proof that I did something and it's not all digital. So we did that, and we sold the game in October, and it sold out in 108 minutes, and kind of blossomed from there, you know. Got contacted by Epic, Oddworld, WayForward, started really pulling in the partners, and done like over close to 700, 800.
Yeah, and it'd be nice if they shipped the orders to the right places as well.
Super crazy, man.
Also, it's just like so much stuff that's coming out. Like people redoing Sega CD games or old PC games. I mean, I guess people like to collect what they collect, but so much just seems like money sinks that no one actually needs.
That was like one of the founding pillars of what we wanted to do. And then for personally, like working with Suda on
Also, I would prefer if things weren't actually limited and they just let as many pre-orders in as people wanted and printed that many. Personally, something being limited in nature holds no appeal to me. I don't care if there's 5,000 copies or 5 million copies of something I have.
would never have ended a friendship that we had briefly broken up after we got. So,
you know, what I think is really interesting is just your idea of doing things in that, you know, in a limited quantity. Can you kind of talk about like how, like what kind of different packages that you guys put together?
Yeah, so when Limited Run started off, we were definitely very limited, and the reasoning for that was, one, it cost a lot of money and resources to do it, and we didn't want to be stuck with overstock because we can't afford to just sit on a product that takes years to sell out.
See, I'm just even sort of split on game discs because even though I do buy them for games I'm interested in, especially on Xbox, it's kind of a pain, which is a first world problem, but like I have 2 Xboxes, so if I want to like play a game in the living room and then go play it in my bedroom, I have to like literally take the disc out of the system and put it in the new system, whereas if it was digital, I could just play it wherever, which is much more convenient. And you need to download patches and updates and whatever, like the actual game isn't generally actually on the disc, so.
Which is another cool thing for our developers, because, you know, as when you're younger, you're like, man, I wish one day my games could be on the store shelf, and now they can. And yeah, then we offer vinyl, we do collector's editions, we do press kits for companies, we do a whole lot of stuff now that's pretty amazing. And we're always looking to expand. We're doing the retro stuff like we did for Jane and Silent Bob. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really happy with the stuff we're going to do. Pretty much any idea here, you know, if an employee or coworker has an idea, it's like, why don't we run with it and see what happens and just test it out.
They're highlighting the scalping on eBay.
Have an event coming up. Can you plug it real quick? I think everybody should watch it. Talk about your upcoming releases and stuff.
We're doing our own E3 presentation called LRG3. It's going to be on June 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern. We got a whole bunch of cool games in the lineup that we're excited about. The show's being produced by one of the gentlemen from X64 on his own. So it's going to be, it's got the same similar humor. And I don't know, we just watched actually the draft of the video, and it's really funny, and I'm kind of shocked actually that it came together so well.
That is
Yeah, there's the occasional physical thing I want. I don't know. I don't remember if it's limited run or someone else that did the Ori collector's box set, and I don't need it because I have the collector's edition of both games, but it comes with like this beautiful stained glass, and like I just really, really want that stained glass, but I'm not going to buy the whole collection just for that.
Pretty much any website you go to, just add /limited run games and you might find us. Like at one point we even had like a Tumblr account, so we're everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe your Pinterest account, I don't know.
So, thank you so much, Doug. It's awesome to see you guys flourish. Happy 5th anniversary, and everybody go check out LRG3, right?
Yep, thank you so much.
Sure. Talk to you later.
Later, man.
The Innerslot team is so humble, and they've had such a great journey. Congrats to them. Also, Limited Run Games coming up on their 6th year. They've been 5 years strong, working with new developers to get their games out in limited capacity, physical kind of space. So many great games, devs that have blessed the Guerrilla Collective this year. Shout out to them, and thank you guys.
I don't think I can put just the Ori stained glass on an Amazon wish list when that's not something sold by Amazon or sold individually at all.
Add the games to your wish list for the games that will not be released. Wish lists help, so do it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
We also want to thank everybody who was involved in making this production possible. Wilmer Sound, of course, thank you so much, Alex. It's so great to be in this space. The mix team, of course, AV Society, Timmy, Code 32, Fully Illustrated.
It's true. Like, I don't love the concept of limited releases, but also, like, there would not be a physical edition without these places, so.
You guys are awesome for hosting the stream. Also, we want to shout out to our sponsors, Good Shepherd, Humble Games, Tiny Build, PlayStation, Xbox, Kickstarter, Razer, Astral Gaming, our fellow devs and publishers, Two Awesome Studio, Akupara Games.
Alright, so it looks like this is wrapping up. I know there's a Wholesome Games thing on next, but I don't think I'm going to do that. There's probably some interesting things in there, especially if you like really chill games, but it might just be a little too chill for like a whole hour or an hour and a half or something. Yeah, my PC doesn't have a disk drive. So what has stood out most to people in this? I've wrote down, oh, I just broke my pen. I wrote down a whole bunch of things. The Fire Girl game looked really cool. The bullets per minute looked interesting, even though I feel like I'm going to be terrible at it. Akatori, Hunt the Night, Unmetal, Serial Cleaner, Raji, White Shadows. I just traded my copy of Parasite Eve 2 because I don't like tank controls that much. Yes.
Yes, thanks, Justin, and
Jenny Wyndham, Kimchika, I like her too. She stopped making videos on her own channel, but I greatly enjoyed them when she made them.
Stick around. We have a Wholesome Direct coming up with new game announcements, exclusive footage, developer interviews, and it's just going to be a wonderfully cozy time. So hope you all enjoy it.
Thanks so much, Jenny, for joining us. Looking forward to checking out the show.
Well, also, if I don't write the lists, I will not remember the names of the games.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Guerrilla Collect, not Guerrilla Collective, and on all other social.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I will be back tomorrow with the Microsoft conference. Check out the Wholesome Games if you like those kind of nice little indie games as well, but I'm going to sign off for the day. Night Trap has already been remade. Alright everyone, have an excellent day. I'm gonna end the stream now. Bye!